How's it going out there, YouTuber? Cyberneticshark here with another new movie review for you. So let's get right into this movie review and see what I saw. So I just got done watching a 2018 film that's a reboot of a awesome franchise that I felt was really good and should have just continued with the same actress. And that, of course, is the film Tomb Raider. Now, Tomb Raider you might recognize or remember from the originals from the 2000s, Miss Angelina Jolie playing the title character that was based off of the, 1990s video game. Now, this one happens to be a reboot and also following the story of the 2013 reboot video game that they made. Now, this film is none other than directed by a gentleman that's from Norway and has actually directed a few other films, mostly foreign films, but has done a couple English-speaking films. And that, of course, is the director, Mr. Roar Uthag. Now, like I said, he's a Norwegian director, and he's directed a few other films. Now, a couple films I have personally seen, or one of them I have seen, but the other one I haven't had a chance to see, were such films as a movie that came out, I believe it was 2010 or 2008. I can't remember exactly. But this film is a, horror kind of film with kind of that, evil bad guy coming out of nowhere, killing people type of deal, kind of like along the lines of, Friday the 13th, Nightmare on Elm Street, stuff like that, Halloween, and so forth. And that is the film called Cold Prey. Now, Cold Prey is a film, like I said, it's very similar to those other kind of slasher films. Basically about this gentleman that is kind of crazy and has decided to start killing off these people that are in his area that come across him that was, this abandoned ski lodge, basically. And he was been there since he's killed off all the other people. And he's, just a deranged psychopath, similar to Michael Myers and so forth. But anyways, Mr. Roar actually directed this film, and it wasn't the greatest horror film. It could have been so much better. I mean, it was pretty decent for a Norwegian film, but at the same time, there was so much lacking from it compared to, say, Halloween or Friday the 13th or any of those type of films, Saws and so forth. He didn't really have an eye for horror film yet, because I definitely have seen his directing techniques get better and better with each film that he's directed that I've seen. And this one just wasn't anything that spectacular, but still at the same time I think that he still has a good eye for kind of action sequences. Now, another film that he directed, and I haven't had a chance to check out, is a film that came out in 2015 and that is based on a giant natural disaster type of phenomenon. And that, of course, is the 2015 film called The Wave, which was another one that was a foreign film. And basically it's, basically about kind of like a tsunami wave that comes and it's about to crash down on these islands and stuff. And basically what these people have to do to try to survive this tsunami and so forth and stuff like that. I don't know much more about it than that, but I do know that it was considered kind of a huge hit, actually, for its, time, and that it was considered kind of a groundbreaking kind of awesome film and so forth. But other than that, I don't know much. But what I've seen from the trailer itself, though, definitely I can see that, Roar's, idea and view of, directing has definitely improved. And, that really shows in Tomb Raider, of course, too, as well. But when it comes to Tomb Raider, I thought he did a decent job, not too bad. I thought he definitely had improved since he had done Cold Prey. But at the same time, I think that his direction was good, but at the same time, I don't think the story was completely there, and then his actors weren't completely there. I mean, you have a good cast, though. I mean, you had, huge cast that consisted of great, bit actors and actresses and so forth. But at the same time, it was kind of sad because I think there was so much more they could have done with it, and I don't think Roar really, approached that way. He really didn't do much with it, so I was kind of, unsatisfied with his directing performance in this either. I do believe, like I said, he has a very decent action eye, most definitely, but I was really disappointed with his direction of this film. Now, like I was saying before, this movie has a pretty decent cast. I mean, decent, character actors and, definitely a decent actress. And of course, we want to start out with an awesome actress such as who's playing Lara Croft in this one, Miss Alicia Vikander. Now, Alicia Vikander, you might recognize from such films over the years, slew of different films. You might recognize her from just being a model sometimes and, you know, ad campaigns and so forth. But a couple films I've seen her in and thought she was really fantastic in were none other than this awesome 2015 film that's just a really awesome fantasy film. And she plays a really good kind of like damsel in distress / kind of love interest in the film. And that, of course, is the film Seventh Son. Now, Seventh Son is a Jeff Bridges film along with Julianne Moore film, and it's just a really awesome, science fiction / kind of fantasy film. And I thought it was really well done, and I loved Alicia Vikander, and I thought she was so fantastic. I loved her character. I thought she was really good as like I said, a damsel in distress kind of love interest. I liked how she played on that, how she was very good at like portraying kind of that fantasy, kind of concept, kind of princess / kind of queenish kind of character, and I just thought she did a really good job. I really liked all of her scenes. I thought she worked really well with everyone, and she did a decent job. Now, another great film that she was in that I really enjoyed and thought she was fantastic in was an awesome and another sequel to an awesome franchise that Mr. Matt Damon is a part of. And that, of course, is the awesome and latest installment of the Bourne series, Jason Bourne. And Alicia Vikander actually plays a character in this film, kind of like another, kind of plays the, like, character from the first two films, kind of love interest / kind of like sidekick type of character. And I thought she was really good in it. I really enjoyed her, and I thought she was really action-packed. I thought she was really just awesome. I thought she worked really well with everyone, and I just thought she brought a really great performance and just gave us a really interesting new character to be, amazed by and to enjoy in this awesome franchise, because the Bourne franchise is just an amazing franchise to begin with, and to be added to that is just a really awesome, pleasure and, great deal. And I feel that she was given such a great opportunity, and I think she really grasped that and gave us a great performance in that film. But it comes to playing Lara Croft, I was not impressed with her in this the least bit. I did not like how she looked, how they made her like very toned and stuff like that. That to me is not Lara Croft. Even in the newer version of the video game, she's not as curvaceous, but she still has curves, and I don't see Alicia Vikander in this film having any curves of any sort. Also, I thought they made her too like innocent and too like not aggressive enough and like macho-y enough either. Like she wasn't, the kick-ass like she was in the original series or in the video games. I felt they made her more like she was this damsel in distress kind of character, and that really made me very, upset. That really made the film not very entertaining to me, and I was really, let down by that. And I thought she could have done so much better with this, because I've seen her performances in other films, and she's so fantastic. So I was really surprised at how she was not fit for this role. I'm sorry, I didn't see her as Lara Croft, and I think she was bad, unfortunately, choice of picking for this role. Still was fun, still seeing her in the film, to see her use her, voice and be kind of Lara Croft a little bit too and interact with people. Still, she was somewhat entertaining, but at the same time, I think she was not the right choice for this character. And, it's too bad. I really thought I was hoping that she was going to do a lot better for this role. So another awesome actor that's a part of this awesome film is none other than a great character actor. He was on The Wire, he's been in a slew of films, and that is Mr. Dominique West. Now, Dominique West you might recognize from the latest TV show that he's been in, that's been on HBO, I believe, The Affair. But like I said, you might recognize him from The Wire. You also might recognize him for a slew of different films where he's played, little character parts. But a couple films I really enjoyed him in and thought he was fantastic in were none other than an awesome 2007 film that's based on the real true life story of 300 Spartan warriors that, basically stopped the Persian Empire from taking over their land. And that, of course, is the awesome led and directed Zack Snyder film 300. Now, Dominique West plays one of the main characters in the film, and I think he's an absolutely awesome character in the film. I thought he looked so awesomely buff and just was really cool in it. Thought his action sequences were really awesome and really well done. And I just thought he was a great addition to that film. And just, brought a great, awesome sense of that time frame and time period to the film. and he just was a really genuine and good, added character to the film, and was just really badass. I really enjoyed him, and I thought he was really fantastic. Another great film that he was in that I think is a fantastic and funny action comedy film, and that is a great sequel to the original film. And that, of course, is the awesome Rowan Atkinson film, Johnny English Reborn. Oh yeah, Johnny English. I love this character. I love this film series. I think it's one of the best out there. Absolutely hilarious. Rowan Atkinson is so awesome, and I just thought, Dominique West was so awesome in the film series. He plays kind of a good, kind of like bad guy slash kind of, spy type of character. He just was really awesome in the role, and I really liked his interactions with Rowan Atkinson, and just, I thought he was a great kind of like villain character, and just, he was really awesome and so good at playing that kind of like evil character, but at the same time being charismatic and being kind of like, oh, I'm not doing anything wrong type of deal. And I just thought it was really funny and just a really awesome performance by Dominique. And he just did a really great job. Really hilarious, and I just thought he was really fantastic. And if you haven't seen Johnny English Reborn, check it out. Dominique West is so awesome in it, and so is Rowan Atkinson. Mr. Bean, if you don't know Rowan Atkinson's real name, or Mr. Bean's real name, Rowan Atkinson, people. Check it out. It's really fun. Another great actor we have that's involved in this film, and a character actor that's been around for quite a few years and has done a lot of foreign films, is a great character actor named Mr. Daniel Wu. Now, Daniel Wu has been, like I said, a slew of foreign films, but also has done a few American films as well. And a couple American films that I've seen him in that I thought he was fantastic in were none other than an awesome film that just came out last year, towards the end of the year. That's an awesome, like, kind of like end of the world, gotta save the world type of deal, type of film. And that, of course, is the film Geostorm. Now, Geostorm is just an amazing, awesome, those types of films, gotta save the world type of deal, kind of like Deep Impact, Armageddon, all the slews, Core, and so forth. But Daniel Wu was so awesome in the film. I really enjoyed his character. Even though it wasn't a huge part, he still had a great part in it that I thought was just super awesome. He was so good in it, and very memorable, the role, and I thought he just did a really amazing job, and I really enjoyed his character, and I was very, pleased with his performance. Now, another great film he was in that I think is a really awesome, CGI-led film that also has a lot of great and awesome personality that brought this video game to life, and that, of course, is the film Warcraft. Now, Warcraft, he plays a character in it that is just super fantastic as well. I really enjoyed him, and I thought he worked well with everyone, and was just an awesome, just characterization of voiceover, and just was a really awesome character. And he just was really good at playing this character, and you would never guess that, who he was, or, that his, what character he was playing, actually, because he blended in with everyone and was so well done, and just really good to know that he has such great versatility. Did a really fantastic job in that film, and I was very pleased with it, and just really entertaining and fun. But when it comes to Tomb Raider, I really enjoyed his character in the film. I thought he was one of the stronger suits of the film, and I thought that he did a really good job with it, and just was fun and entertaining and just really awesome. And I thought that his interaction with everyone in the film, especially with Alicia Vikander, did a really fantastic job, and just was really fun and entertaining. And just, he really brought to life that character and was super funny, and just played it to the T, and was very good supporting character. But when it comes to also Dominique West's performance in Tomb Raider, I thought that was a fantastic role too, him playing the father of Alicia Vikander, and I thought that he did a fantastic job too, and just was a really great interaction with everyone that was involved. Not knowing exactly how his character was going to play in the film, like he was already dead, or if he was going to be found alive, and so forth and like that. That was a really awesome, equation to that film, and that that Dominique West did such a great job of being the reveal through the film, and how he interacted with that, and how well done he was. He did a really good job and was really awesome. I really enjoyed him in it, and I thought that he did a fantastic job and was really awesome in it. I just thought he was a fantastic father figure, kind of like how some other characters I've seen in other movies were really fantastic father figures, like John Voight and characters like that. They just were really awesome, and I thought Dominique West brought a really, like, very fatherly role to that character and was really good. To close out this awesome cast, we had none other than an awesome another character actor that plays, from he's played good guys to bad guys to everything in between. And that, of course, is Mr. Walter Goggins. Now, Walter Goggins, you might recognize from a slew of films. You might recognize him, as bad guys, good guys, in-betweeners, and so forth. And he's just a really awesome, and frequent collaborator with also Quentin Tarantino as well. But a couple films I really enjoyed him and thought he was fantastic in were none other than the awesome 8th film done by Mr. Quentin Tarantino, starring Kurt Russell, Channing Tatum, a huge slew of cast, Jennifer Jason Leigh, so forth, Morgan Freeman, or not Morgan Freeman, but Samuel Jackson, and so forth. But of course, that is the film The Hateful Eight. Oh yeah, Hateful Eight, such an awesome film. One of Quentin Tarantino's best, I feel. But this movie is just so awesome and amazing, and Walter Goggins plays such a great, awesome character in it. And you feel his passion in the role, and you just see how good he is at playing kind of like these vindictive asshole kind of characters and just being, a bad guy. And his character in the film is, kind of, in the middle. He isn't 100% a bad guy, but at the same time he's not 100% good, and he's kind of in the between in this film. And I thought he did such an amazing job with that, and just made it so awesome and amazing, and just so well-rounded, and just was a great pleasure to see, and very entertaining. Really well done job by that film. If you haven't seen Hateful Eight, definitely check it out, people. Worth the watch. Another great film that Walter Goggins was in is also a brand new film that just came out this year. That's an awesome and a great and new addition to the Marvel Universe. And of course, that is the film Ant-Man and the Wasp. Now, in Ant-Man and the Wasp, he plays one of the main villains in the film, and I thought he was absolutely fantastic as this role. I thought he was absolutely hilarious, though, as this character, because he was kind of like smooth at the same time as being like so bad, but at the same time you're kind of like, he's like, I'm kind of good, I'm a good old boy from the South, kind of thing. And it was just so stinking hilarious. He was so awesome as this character. I absolutely enjoyed him. I thought he was so entertaining. Just a really well-rounded bad guy position in that film, and just was really fun and entertaining. Definitely worth the watch for him, because he's just so super awesome, and just really, really cool film. If you haven't seen Ant-Man and the Wasp yet, go check it out, people. It's such worth the watch in the theaters. Definitely will have a review for that up soon. I know it's taken so long. I actually made one, and then I accidentally deleted it. Ugh. Talk about pain. But anyways, Walter Goggins was just awesome in that film. It was really good. But when it comes to Tomb Raider, once again, he plays a great bad guy as usual. He's always really charismatic. He's always really, plays that evil very well. Like, you see it on his face. You can see it in his, his movements, just how evil he really is. But at the same time, he always has kind of like that sympathetic feel to him. Like, he doesn't want to be 100% bad, but at the same time, he knows it's the only way he can get through life and to get on with things and get things that he wants. And it's just, he plays that so well to the T. And I absolutely thought he was really great as the bad guy in this film, and he made it very entertaining and enjoyable, and made it, worthy of watching to the end to see what happens and so forth. He was really awesome as a bad guy in that too as well, and just a really great character actor. Really enjoy Walter Goggins. Definitely check out Tomb Raider to see Walter Goggins, because it would be worth the watch it for him, most definitely. So if you're not familiar with what this Tomb Raider is about, basically what this is, it's a reboot, like I said, and basically it's telling, kind of giving us an idea and start off of, who Lara Croft is, and, what makes her a Croft, and her trying to find out what happened to her missing father, and, discovering what happened to him, and, what he was looking for. Basically kind of like a treasure hunter almost. And pretty much the film's about her trying to find him and see what happened to make to see if he really is dead, and basically her journey of becoming kind of like this, becoming the Lara Croft we all know, and becoming an adventurer and treasure finder, and stopping evil from happening on the earth and so forth. And that's pretty much what this film's about. And like I said, that's pretty much what the basis of that new video game is as well. All in all, it was an okay movie. I was very disappointed with it. I was, expecting a lot more out of it. I'm really glad I didn't see it in theaters because I think I would have walked out very disappointed, especially seeing it on the big screen. And I was really, really let down by this film. I was expecting a lot, like I said, a lot more out of it. The CGI work in it was really horrendous. I was so disappointed by it. I mean, they could have done so much better with the CGI work in it, making it look more realistic and so forth. I mean, maybe they didn't have the budget. I don't know. But at the same time, I just thought it was very hokey-dokey, and it looked a lot like the CGI work of, like, the early 2000s to me. I was really disappointed with that. And the story lacked, I felt, a little bit too, but at the same time, the story was intriguing at certain points. When it got to certain points where it was like, oh, that's interesting. I want to know what happens. Why did her father go this way? Why did her father do this? Stuff like that. But at the same time, it's like the screenwriting I thought made Laura Croft's character horrible. It was not Laura Croft that I know and knew, and what I've seen in the video games. And so I was very disappointed with that too. And I think that was another thing that was lacking and why it wasn't as great of a movie as it could be. But all in all, it still was entertaining enough to watch and see the whole thing. And most definitely, check out for yourself to see what you think. It has huge mixed reviews, I've heard. Some people hate it, some people love it. Definitely check it out for yourself. I give this one only 2 Golden Movie Boxes up for, the good casting. And unfortunately, this is something I probably will not add to my collection unless I find it for like super, super cheap or something. Definitely not something I'll be seeking to put in my collection, unfortunately. But definitely, I'm glad I finally got to see it and see what it was all about. Definitely worth that, at least to watch. So that's it for this movie review, guys. As always, thank you for watching. Thank you for liking. Also, thank you for subscribing. And if it's your first time here, if you've been here before and you haven't hit that subscribe button, what are you waiting for? Me to take your hand and put it on the button? Come on, people. Hit that subscribe button so you don't miss this awesome video or any of the awesome videos I put up. And as always, people, check out the awesome links up above to see if you have any older or newer videos you might not have seen mine yet. And as always, people, check out the awesome Stardust app, people, where you can watch 3 to 30-second little mini reviews of movies, TV trailers, TV shows, etc., anything your little heart desires. And also, this awesome app is always updating and adding new special features to it. So definitely check that out, people. And if you do, look for me up at Cyberneticshark, follow me, and I'll follow you back. And as always, catch you in the next one.